spaces.
On August 29th, 2005, Hurricane Katrina struck the Gulf Coast. A hurricane is a storm with violent wind, also known as a tropical cyclone. A hurricane moves across the open sea and crashes onto land. Hurricane Katrina was a natural disaster that struck southern Louisiana. This tropical storm was one of the 5 deadliest hurricanes in the history of the U.S. There were thousands of lives taken during this tragedy, billions of dollars of damage done, and the rebuilding process is still going on today. The world was changed because of this storm. There were thousands of lives taken during this tragedy. Joseph Bruno and Daniel Meyer quoted that Hurricane Katrina directly caused or contributed to approximately 1,800 deaths. Not only were there many deaths in Louisiana, there were also several deaths in other states. People died from drowning, illnesses, or being trapped with nowhere to go. The wind and the water caused both of these. Families were torn apart because of their lost and deceased families. There were billions of dollars of damage done. Katie Cherry and Laura Sampson stated that there was over $125 billion of damages reported. Homes, businesses, restaurants, schools, and churches were destroyed. You are still able to see some of the damage today, even though it was 11 years ago. The rebuilding process is still going on today. This storm was so traumatic that the rebuilding process is still happening. With all of the damage done, it is impossible to fix and replace everything that was destroyed. Over the past 10 years, there has been constant construction in southern Louisiana and other states as well. The world will always be affected because of this storm. Andrew Terranova and Paul Box examined that Hurricane Katrina has been linked to psychological and behavioral issues in youth. Although there was a lot of bad and emotional outcomes, this was still a good outcome. It's amazing to see the country come together after hard times like these. Millions of people helped and donated things like water, clothes, food, and medicine, and several other things. Hurricanes happen all over the world, but this one is one that will always be remembered. Horrible things happen all over the world. Hurricane Katrina was a hurricane that made a mark on U.S. history. Everything happens for a reason, so we must understand that it was God's plan that it happened. There were lives taken, damage done, the rebuilding process is still going on, and families are still torn apart because of this hurricane. We must remember when things like this happen, families lose everything.